I've spent way too much time this morning playing with Legos, but I just can't not get over. I have a Scrooge McDuck Lego, like Lego minifigure, and he brings me joy. He's seriously like one of my most prized possessions. Hold on. I know you've seen him before, but how can you not love this guy? I mean, look at him. Isn't he great? He's even got his lucky dime. Doesn't even really come into focus, but still. I got that out of a blind bag, and I kind of want to be buried with this guy. It's the simple things in life, I guess. Anyway, I'm still not feeling very ambitious today. It's something that's been very common for a lot of people over the past year. So anyway, a lot of you guys are still struggling to catch up with your presentation grades, which I never renamed participation. Really, the best way to do that would be to concentrate on the peer review. But I got one last thing I'd like for you guys to try on for size. And just kind of a quick discussion about going back to the Galileo forum or the annotated bibliography forum. I'm so confused. Most of my life, I'm just confused. Anyway, so we talked about Galileo sources, and I may have made a comment about Galileo sources' scholarly material often being considered the cream of the crop for research, right? It's supposed to be extremely good. Well, there have been plenty of instances where something was published in a scholarly journal that had to be retracted. There was a very interesting case involving vaccines and their potential to cause autism. The methodology that was used in that research was extremely flawed. And eventually the journal that published it retracted that. But what you ended up with was this rebirth of the anti-vaxxer movement. And, I'm not going to go full on with my opinion on people who hold views that are anti-vaccination, because we just don't have to do that. I will say, though, that what that particular study was purporting was found to be 100% misleading and false. Now, it's funny, too, because a lot of people don't realize that in the United States, probably all over the world, there's been a long history of anti-vaccine sentiment. When it first, who was it, Jenner? It's been a long time since I've read books about this type of thing, but remember they were inoculating people with cowpox, right, in order to protect them against smallpox, because what they figured out was there was a lot of similarity between cowpox and smallpox. And so if you fought off the less deadly cowpox, you would be protected against smallpox. That's essentially how we figured out this whole vaccine thing. You should see some of the political cartoons from that era where people were terrified that purposefully infecting yourself with cowpox would have potential negative effects. This was seen as a lot of people were really, really, really nervous and upset about this. And so you have all these political cartoons where people are turning into cows, right? I think that's my cow, by the way. Like, oh, I'm a cow. And it was like these political cartoons where people are turning into cows because they're purposely infecting themselves with cowpox. Anyway, the whole point behind this is too often we find scholarly material and we use it just as a way to back up or give ourselves a little bit more of the image of authority. That's not really what you want to do. One of the easiest ways to get published in these scholarly journals is to take issue with something that was previously published in it. These are not things to be put up on a pedestal, right? But we often talk about them like you're supposed to. So this leads me into the participation exercise I'd like for you guys to, I'm itchy. The participation exercise I'd like for you guys to try on for today. I want you to go back to the Galileo articles that you found. And I want you to pick one, and I want you to disagree with it. Now, remember, this is a participation exercise. So when I ask you to do something like this, you don't necessarily have to be right. I'm not going to go in and be like, oh, you were wrong here. That's not the point. The point is to disagree. So go back, look at those three, write me up a good solid, I'm going to say 10 sentences. Let's shoot for the stars here, okay? And I'll give you lots of participation points for this if you can pull this off. Give me 10 sentences telling me about why the author of that particular article is wrong. I like giving you a challenge. And here's the thing. If you can work in a disagreement with a scholarly source into your paper, that's muy mucho bonus points. That's what I like to see. I don't want you guys to just mindlessly agree with these people just because they have the credentials. Now, I think people with credentials can typically be trusted a little bit more, but we don't just agree with them. We interact with them. We use their ideas to further our own, and we attack them, right? We, again, attack in kind of a civil way, right? We disagree with them. They are not gods for us to worship. They are people with which to converse. So like I said, for this particular leg, give me a paragraph where you are disagreeing with your scholarly source. And if you can find a way to put that into your paper, awesome. That's all I got for today. Going to start trying to, I really would like to start backing off of these participation assignments and really just kind of give you pointers on the paper. So next week, I'm going to try to calm down a little bit and kind of maybe go back and grade all of the material I've seen so far and give you guys advice based on what I'm seeing. So that's my plan for next week. Anyway, do that. Let's see how it goes, and have a great weekend.